Alright, not having much luck with connectivity, so I walked to a different place. Took old Dinko boy back to the house. I guess brand new house they just built. Isn't that nice? 3-car garage. Here in the corner. It's quiet. It's next to the Belpre Historical Society. How nice, huh? Underground railroad station. Yeah, we'll have to go look at that before I get into my topic here. That's mandatory. I'm one of those people that has to go read all the signs. Let's go read the sign. We'll see what it says together. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Underground railroad crossing agents and conductors were common along the Ohio River between Washington County, Ohio and Wood County, Virginia. At Constitution, 6 miles upriver from Belpre, Judge Ephraim Cutler listened for hoot owl calls that signaled when a boatload of runaway slaves was crossing from Virginia to the Ohio shore. Aunt Jenny, a slave woman in Virginia, used a horn signal to alert abolitionist John Stone in Belpre when fugitive slaves were crossing. At Little Hocking, 8 miles downriver from Belpre, slaves crossing from Virginia looked for a lantern signal to guide them to the Horace Curtis Station on the Ohio River shore. Runaway slaves were also assisted by Thomas Vickers at Twin Bridges, James Lawton at Barlow, and others as they traveled northward by various routes through Morgan County to Putnam in Muskingum County, where the Underground Railroad merged with the Muskingum River corridor. All right, that's interesting. And the first bridge. They've got the plaque for the first bridge here. Belpre Historical Society, been here since 1908. I'll just sit here. This is a good place. Make a video. Maybe I'll keep signal this time. You know, look at the pretty house or something. Okay, there we go. Rather than go through the whole neighborhood today, I'll give you this view of this pretty house. How's that? Anything's better than looking at my face, right? Now, yesterday I want to try this third time. It's the third time. I lost connection twice. I just deleted it. There's no sense in trying to patch it all together. I was a minute into it. Lost signal. Tried again. Lost signal. So here we go. Now, yesterday I just mucked up what I was talking about, and I thought, man, I got to re-say that. I just didn't put those pieces together right. We were talking about back in Genesis, in the Garden of Eden, how Adam could go to any tree in the Garden of Eden. He could eat of the fruit, become anything he wants. God gives him a purpose, a place to do it, anything he wants. You know, you want to go, Adam, you want to go to the garden, you want to cut down the trees and make a cabin, become a carpenter. Okay, cool. You want to combine the trees and become a chemist. That's cool. You just want to grow fruit and become a farmer. It's all good, Adam. Anything you want to do, it's all good. You can do anything you want here in the garden. I said, any tree. I'm telling you, any tree, Adam. Do you wanna eat? Just go ahead. Make anything you want of yourself, Adam. He says, but there's a problem. You see, when you were naming all the animals, you know how there were 2 by 2? Well, you're just one. You're just one of you right now. And, you know, that kind of is a problem, you know? You can't by yourself. So, listen. Adam, I'm going to make one more tree. I'm going to call it the Bomen. Bomen, of course, the Dutch word where we get the word woman from, it means tree. You put it together. It's one more tree. But, Adam, listen. Listen, buddy. Listen carefully. I just made you. You're not very old. I really need you to pay attention here, Adam. Adam, that tree is forbidden. You can't eat that tree, okay? You can't eat from the fruit of that tree. It's going to sound like knowledge. You're going to think it's, you know, it could give you more good, you know, maybe even discern what to do a little better, but it's not. No, Adam, listen. You've got a purpose already. I already gave you a purpose. So when I make this tree, don't eat of it. I'm going to call it the Bomen, okay? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the woman. So he puts her to sleep and he says, Adam, this is going to come from your side. She's going to walk beside you, okay? It's a little different than the other trees, all right? This is a metaphor. See, everybody takes the story too literally. The story is actually a metaphor, all right? The Bible's a lot like that. And when you take out the symbolism and you take out the metaphor, you lose it. You lose the real meaning. I'm giving you the real meaning. So God puts Adam to sleep. Next thing you know, Eve is there. They frolic through the garden for a while. And Adam thinks, wow, Eve, I'm going to call you Eve because you really complete me. Okay, well, you're going to become a mother. Just like all those animals I saw. They're out there reproducing. I'm going to make you a mother. You're going to be the mother of all living. So I'm going to give you a name. You're Eve. See, I'm Odd. I'm Autumn. Odd. Adam. Odd. And you're Eve. Even you complete me. Whoa. Hold on a second there. Even, huh? Now you're even? But God says, wait a minute, Adam. He says, I know you called her Eve, but listen, buddy, I'm going to call you both together Adam. Two of you, 1 + 1 in my math equals 1. You're saying that she completes you. Adam, you're already going down the wrong road. You're screwing up here, Adam, but I'm going to let it pass this far. You can call her Eve if you want, but you better not take it to the next step. Remember what I told you about the fruit, okay? Somebody apparently already lives there, so maybe I will turn to another house or something. Belbury Historical Society. I thought that house hadn't been purchased yet. Here we go. So, there we are, Belbury Historical Society, talking about history. Your history, by the way, because everybody has a beginning. You're just like Adam. And you're going to fall for the same thing Adam fell for. Everybody does. At some point, everybody does. Now, Adam thinks, okay, this now is she's becoming my purpose. She's becoming my even. And God says, no, Adam, let me straighten you back out. I'm going to call you both Adam. I'm not going to give her the name Eve. You want to call her that? Okay, but listen to my purpose, Adam. 1 + 1 is 1. I'm going to call you both Adam. You have one purpose, but you work on it together. Now Eve though, she says, I want to find out some more on my own. I want to learn some things on my own. And the next thing you know, Eve is seduced by the snake. What's the snake? Let's see if we can put this together. Now I'm going to try to keep this G rated. So the snake is going around the tree, or as some people call it, wood. And the snake says, you know what? This feels really good. You know what's in here? This is going to give you something you haven't had yet. Eve figures it out for herself, and the next thing you know, she's seducing Adam. Adam says, oh, okay, this is good to the eyes. Eve was pretty, huh? So Eve's good to the eyes. That's why the fruit was pleasant to the eyes. And why the serpent with the one eye, the snake, was seducing Eve, but they were seducing each other because she was pleasant to the eyes. But the snake has a bite to it. You see, when you find your purpose in the bite of the snake, you see what I'm talking about yet? Here, okay, they've marked it in history. They've marked it for the last 6,000 years. They created the Ouroboros symbol of the snake eating its own tail. Regeneration, okay? AKA reproduction, right? It's the circle of life, the cosmos. You see it on your ambulance, the snake going around the pole. That's the serpent in Genesis. Moses held up the snake and said, this was your whole problem, so let me hold up the snake and this will heal you from the snake bite. So Scipius took the symbol of the catechist that you see on your ambulance. Oh, healing from the snake bite, and it's on all your ambulances today. Do you see what's going on here? Have you figured it out yet? So there's the snake bite And the snake bite, once you're bitten, you've lost your purpose. Now you think your purpose is the Bomen. Now you think it comes from the tree. You think what you're supposed to do in life comes from her. Now God says, all right, okay, you've already gone too far. Let me tell you, buddy. He says, you're out of my garden and you're going to hell. You're gonna dig in the dirt until you figure out that I'm not an idiot. I don't care if it takes you 10 years, 20 years, or 960 years. He lived to 960. I don't care if it takes you 960 years to figure it out. You're going to realize that I'm not an idiot. And if you don't figure it out, you don't figure it out. But I'm telling you, you had a purpose and it's not her. So if you're going to go out, go make your life with her, make her your purpose, then you're done. And you think that it was love, right? You think the little cherub with his bow and arrow of love just struck you? Let me tell you, Adam, I'm going to turn that cherub into a flaming sword, and you're not going to know what love is. Get out of my garden. To hell with you right now. Now go dig in the dirt. Go work 40, 50, 60 hours a week for the rest of your life for 20, 30, 40 years until you figure out that you already had a purpose without her and that she wasn't your purpose. She's not your replacement purpose. She was supposed to work beside you. I took her out of your side, Adam. That's what's going on in Genesis. Every man falls to that deception at some point. Every single man falls to that deception. And every single one of us has to figure out that our purpose is not the Bomen. We're not eating of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The Bomen, B, V, W. The replacement sounds phonetically in various languages. In German, V and W are the same. In Spanish, B and V are interchangeable sounds. This is obvious what's going on here. Bomen means tree in Dutch. You understand? Go out and live in misery. And you will be miserable if you don't figure this out. If you think the woman is your purpose, she'll hate you. And you'll live in hell. And every single one of us have to figure that out. So that's the truth of Genesis. That's what you see in your symbols. That's what Serpent Mound means when you see the snake eating the egg. It's just a replacement Ouroboros. It's reproduction. It's the bite of the snake. It's the very beginning. These are very old symbols. Okay, they go back many thousands of years and were well known around the world. The snake eating its tail. The snake regenerates its own body as it eats it. In other words, the circle of life. It just goes around and around and around. Don't get bit by that snake thinking that your life is about reproduction. It's about being adored by the woman. It's about your need for a woman. You should not have a need for a woman. If you think you have a need for a woman, you're living in hell. You see, the gays, they didn't get the memo. They didn't understand that reproduction and needing somebody else was never part of the plan to begin with. So what happens in their lives is somebody comes around like their mother, and their mother is too mean, too angry, too masculine. And so they need more femininity. So the daughter says, oh, I'm lacking femininity. So she seeks a female. Really, she's just got the same problem that every man does. Okay? Gay guys do the same thing. It's the same problem everybody has. They think they need somebody else, but they didn't get the memo that that wasn't the problem to begin with. Your purpose is not in somebody else. You already had purpose. You already had a plan for your life. You already had other things you could have done to make your life good. All right? But the gays never got the memo, so they thought, well, everybody else found their purpose by finding somebody else, so I got to find what I'm missing. I'm missing some femininity, or I'm missing some masculinity, so I'm going to go get that. Totally didn't get the memo. The memo was back in Genesis. So you got kicked out of the garden because you thought you needed the Bomen, the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the woman, the womb. No, no, straight people are screwed up too because you're not supposed to need the other person. And even worse for those of you that think you need your kids, shouldn't need your kids. They need you. And if you are living so that you only find purpose in your children, you're really screwed up and you need to get help. Because, and I'm not saying that as a metaphor, as an insult. What I mean is real simple. Your kids need you. If you are drawing from them instead of giving them the energy of your life, instead of inspiring them, instead of being what they need to grow older, it's because you're incomplete yourself and you need to go find your real purpose. Your purpose isn't the woman. It's not the fruit of the woman. It's not her adoration, and it's not your children that you got from the woman. It's not the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. No, all the other trees, those are your purpose. Go out and pick one, pick a bunch of them if you want. That's not other women. No, that's go out and find what you want to do with your life. Eat that fruit. Combine the fruit, become a chemist, become an artist, draw all the trees if you want to, become an artist. Write about the trees if you want to. Eat all the fruit of all the trees, but no, there's one that's forbidden. That's the Bomen. It's the one in the middle. Can't have that one. So if you do, I'm throwing you out of my garden. You're going to go dig in the dirt until you figure out that God's not an idiot, that I told you you had a purpose. Eve is not your purpose. The fruit of Eve is not the purpose of your life. Don't eat of the fruit of the tree, the knowledge of good and evil. Don't find her pleasant to the eyes and decide that she's your even. She's not even. She doesn't make you even. You're supposed to be odd, Adam. You're supposed to be odd. You're supposed to already have a singularity about you, a single purpose, and she's supposed to help you with the purpose you already have. And if your purpose includes having a family, well, then her purpose is partly her kids. So she can find some of her energy in her kids because she's helping you with your purpose. And that's how a family was supposed to work. That's the reality. Look at that thing. So, we've got it all wrong. And symbolism in the Bible shouldn't be taken literally, or you're going to miss all that. Everything I just said. If you think there was a literal serpent and it literally spoke, now you got all the atheists out there. And this is why you got atheists. Okay? Because you're telling them it's a literal story, and they're like, no, I don't sound right. See, there's no literal talking snake, okay? And that's because you've decided that the story was literal. And in doing so, you missed the real purpose, because every man has a beginning. Every man has to fall to the woman and figure out that she's not his purpose. If you don't do that, you're going to dig into life. While the real angel of love, the cherubim, stands there with a flaming sword, and instead of a arrow of love, and tells you, no, you're not coming in here.